Wow. Hello, friends, foes, and familiars. I am Dragons and Cats, and welcome to Dragons Brew D&D. I am your DM and your host for tonight. Let's kick off tonight, and we'll go around the table and we'll do a little bit of an introduction and a recap from our players, and we'll start off with the wonderful, the awesome subscription from Boneweave. Thank you so much.
Well, hello. I am Luke, playing Casimir the Tiefling Illusion Wizard. Last session, we had to go and meet the Council of Dragons, Metallic Dragons, to try and get them to help us against the Cult of Tiamat. So we went to their secret hidden temple with the help of Ella, the Silver Dragon. And what happened from there?
Well, let's find out our wonderful BM Curfew. Tell us, what happened on that dragon?
I'm Brad, playing Belvin, the human paladin. The discussions with the dragons went really well. We promised a bit of stuff to aid them if they aid us with.
If they ate us.
Aid us. Yeah, I think we're pretty on our way to getting their cooperation, which is really good.
You are indeed, because a few concessions were made between the party and the dragons. If our wonderful Viridian Knight could drop us one or two hints about what they were.
Oh, what they requested.
Yes, but also, who are you playing tonight? More importantly.
I am playing Antis, the Draconic Sorcerer. We still haven't figured out exactly what she is yet. And last session, she was pretty quiet, considering a lot of this was to do with metallic dragons, and metallic dragons aren't very known for wanting to talk with. From what it seemed like, their tone, one, someone of demon blood, and two, someone of chromatic blood. So I was kind of like the perfect mix for them to go, no. But there was a couple of things that they did want out of it. There was 5 dragons, and each of them wanted something. The main one that we will probably focus on tonight was the main platinum dragon. What was the funny thing he wanted us to call him?
Oh, the gold dragon. He wanted you to call you.
Oh, the gold.
He wanted you to call him his benevolence.
Yeah.
Oh, resplendence, I mean.
No, it was resplendentness or something. I just remember that. But he wanted an apology from these elves that I can't remember because I haven't been here for all the lore. Was there like a war or something, or they like hunted dragons? From what it seemed.
So what they wanted an apology for, because the elves were the cause of a worldwide spell called the Draco Rage Mithril, and there'll be more on that tonight.
Okay.
Basically, Arathator was affected by this, and he was also driven insane and berserk for an extended period of time, in which he did, as Antes would know, break into the Arcane Brotherhood Tower and stole a whole bunch of magical artifacts, including the Icy Scrolls.
Yes. So we need apologies from the head elf dude.
Yes, indubitably. And what else is Protanfor asking for our wonderful pro bod? Who are you playing tonight?
Role playing Ikrim, the Asimir Druid. And they're also wanting the Oh my god. I just had a mad blank.
Well, what's
What did we cover? The apology and the
apology, the silver dragon mantle, and there was something else. More importantly, who doesn't like you?
oh,
And for
yeah,
what
and
reason?
then pretend the Nye probably doesn't like me because I can't pronounce his name.
That's fine.
And he also doesn't like me because of my past being Rasarath. So basically, last session, my main goal was to try and make him semi-like us, or tolerate us enough to help us out, which I think we succeeded, kind of.
Did a pretty good job. I do say so myself, as the party did make concessions with the Metallic Dragon Council that had been called under the Praetorian Code, this high standard noble society code that these dragons live by, as this council was also a part of that code, as this as it was called together to discuss the worldly events. Hence, the metallic dragons have been quiet for majority of the last last 6 months, basically, since the Drak horn sounded and the call and calamity began. Then the Iron War happened, and still they have been in discussions. So, we rejoin our party later that afternoon, after coming back from this sacred location of the hidden shrine that led to the location of the last godplate, flying up in the sky among a gigantic dragon skull. The godplate itself, a triangular obsidian obelisk, standing 10 feet tall on a triangular dais. The rest of you have gone about your afternoon business, while Belvin walks in late afternoon alongside with King Conrad Bronze Anvil, the leader of the not the orcs, the dwarves, and his entourage of battle rages, dwarven mages, and noble and loyal families of the dwarven holds. It's during this little meeting that I need to actually find some nice music to put on. There we go. So yes, coming into the into the Great Hall of Riverguard itself is the Dwarven entourage and its king. He looks at you, exchanges his greetings and hellos. He then goes to the silver clasp on the mantle and begins to disrobe and pulls it down. He looks towards Casimir. I trust you can find some way to record some sort of message or such.
This is King
Conrad.
Can we backtrack a little bit?
Yep.
So on the way back, could we have discussed with Ella?
You guys teleported back.
Oh, we did too.
It was a nice, quick conversation.
Did Ella come back with us?
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm guessing we would have discussed what form the apology needs to be in.
It did have to be spoken.
Okay. So, Conrad's going to have to come with us to somewhere to meet Protantha to apologize.
But you do know, as per the Praetorian Code, that that sacred site is forbidden from people who are not directly invited.
Yeah. So it'll have to be somewhere outside of there.
Make an
Did-
intelligence check.
Did the apology from the dwarves need to be said? I thought it was the elves.
Actually, yes.
did.
Ella did not specify a spoken apology.
Yeah. Whereas the one from the elves was a spoken
Yeah,
apology.
that's correct. Thank you
So
for
what was
that.
Ella's request?
Ella's was just
Mainly the return of the garment.
The armor.
Yeah, the armor.
Because that was made of silver dragon scales, I
Yes.
think.
yes.
Yep.
So the return of that and just a formal apology.
Yeah.
A formal apology can be in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That
As long as it's
noble-
got his signature on it.
Hmm.
And Ella's
then-
been around.
And I think it was like an oath or something not to hunt metallics or silvers or something.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will repeat word for word what Ella said to King Conrad.
Go
I
on.
can't remember the exact
no,
wording.
no. Look, go on.
Make an intelligence. With an intelligence. With an intelligence check of 10, you could just be able to recall the words, but you do. It rolls off the tongue better than you believe it to be, if not directly the same message. King Conrad turns to you and says, "Any dragon that would think they'd be offended by all this, more than likely was misbehaving. But regardless, now is time of change and action. And so, we all must make sacrifices, I guess. Hopefully a new tradition can come out of this."
This is all for a better future.
And with that, he takes off the mantle is taken off and held out over towards and held out to the group.
I guess Kaz will take it if he's in front of him.
Yeah. So he'll hands you. It's very heavy. It's surprisingly heavy because it's made out of such dense interwoven
Just like
scales
pass it to
and
Belvin.
metal.
Just like
I was gonna say Belvin would be there too. So
yeah.
It's a
Belvin just take it.
it's a huge series of heavy, thick rings that are connected to scales that then intertwine in in an interlocking pattern that goes all the way down. It's big.
Yeah.
It's big. It's heavy.
Thick.
It's thick.
Because it's dwarven sized.
Yeah. And with that, he bids you all adieu, wishes you best of luck. He does also inform you that his forces are going to be moving south within the next 2 days, heading towards Baldur's Gate.
And Belvin would just, tell him it's like, we'll be seeing you soon.
Indeed, my boy. For this will all be over. And he exits with his entourage. There is a horn. There is a on a blowing horn. That's more like a drinking horn than anything else.
From Chewbacca.
Right. So, Riverguard. The afternoon is yours until you come up with an idea of how to approach going forward onto King Melandric.
Alright. So yeah, I think we should go there soon. Sooner rather than later. Return to Lork.
I
See.
think that'd probably be the best course of action, just in case we need to do any extra running around or any extra favors we might need to do. I prefer to be prepared with more time than try to cram it in.
I think, well, Kaz wants to send a message to Ella and try and organize a meeting point for Melandric and Protantha.
Yep, so you go to cast a sending spell, correct?
Yes. Can I, with the earrings, can I use sending to anyone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I will use that.
Yep. With the earrings, it's a free once a day sending.
Yep, cool.
But if you are within 500 feet of another user, you do have
The message.
500 feet worth of free bonus action communication.
But Ella is
Yes.
still at the Dragon Temple?
Yep.
What are we calling that place?
Dragon Council.
Dragon Council, okay. Just saying, it's Casimir. If we can secure an apology from King Melandric, can you organize our meeting place with Protantha?
You do get an instant reply back. Protantha's current duty has him kept above the shrine. He will not leave because of his stubborn nature. He still believes Rasarath will try something. I'm sure there's other methods.
Like what? Does Kaz have any idea what these other methods would be?
Make an intelligence check. Or an arcana check. Make an intelligence check. Just an intelligence.
Can I luck that?
You can luck that out.
19.
19. There are many ways to record a message.
Yeah, but record a message, but like, it's got to be like a proper formal apology, right?
Yes. Has to be a proper formal apology. So you dive in deep for the rest of the night trying to figure this out, how to work this and try how to move through this hoop. Make an arcana check for me.
Okay. 33.
With that, you begin to bind and manipulate illusions together, starting off from a minor illusion, going up to a silent image, to a major image, and then going all the way to a mirage arcane throughout the night. Eventually, you are able to incorporate a spell into a reflective object to create a programmed illusion that is just a recorded copy of someone or something or an object for a period of time to then be displayed as is or through an object. You have just created magic mirror communication.
Cool. Not fucking bad. I just invented a telephone.
You have literally just
Like
created
fucking video calls.
You've just created webinars.
Only took you a couple of hours.
Yeah, fuck, that was easy. Why did it take the world so long?
Yeah. No one's a grand illusionist like yourself.
All right then. So basically, what I can link two mirrors.
You can link even one mirror. So, like, it basically a illusion could be basically you can pop the mirror up in front of someone, their message is recorded and then can be transmitted,
right,
or you could do it that way too.
Think of like the hologram recordings in like
Yeah, so I can record something.
Help me,
Star
Obi-Wan
Wars and
Kenobi.
stuff. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like
Only hope.
you record it and then you have it shown from the mirror. Like
Okay.
I think that's cool.
Cool. All right. Well, I hope
Incoming
this
new
works.
message.
Okay, so that is good. That
Yeah,
is
interest
Starts
you
with the
in
dial-up
this
tone.
bath salt.
wow. All right. Although it does come with a bit of a cost, it does start with a bit. It comes with only a $25, 25 gold cost, but it is a quite
Credit.
yeah. It comes with 25 credits, but it
$25 a video call?
yes.
It uses up a lot of data.
Yeah, I guess. You're
Let
going
me
like
see.
half. I guess they.
Oh, like
I guess they
Kazaphone or
won't
something.
have like the brilliant NBN like we have.
Oh no, absolutely not.
October's next year.
So yeah, that truly is next year. As you'll see there in the game chat, it does last until it is dispelled.
Wow, that is long.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the text
Yeah.
or the spell duration?
Well, spell duration. Is it a concentration?
Nope. Until the spell means it's permanent.
Fuck.
Until dispelled.
That's sick.
So
Congrats-
Casimir's just gonna like live stream everything he does now.
It'd be live stream though. It'd be like the VODs.
Look, essentially,
Yeah.
Casimir can now put himself everywhere. Casimir can now insert himself.
I can imagine this, like he ends up putting these like mirrors and stuff in every single like room with like workers and stuff, and just like
Work
either
harder.
inspirational messages or like he's like, you better be
Motivational
working
quotes.
hard, because just so you know, I'm always watching.
I see everything.
Remember, magic just doesn't also come from in here. It comes from up here. Work smart. Be smart.
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget, you're here forever.
How can you tell? All right, how can you tell the original Casimir? He's got a cube.
What if the others are holding a fake cube? It's just an illusion.
Fuck.
Checkmate.
Now we're screwed. I should have brought more wine. So that's Casimir's night. That's all of Casimir's night. What is
That's
everybody?
every Casimir's night.
Oh god. So, what would Antis, Ikrim, or Belvin like to do for the remainder of this night before you all head off to Lork to go visit Mr. Melandric?
Antis is drinking. Heavily drinking.
Yep, no, you have Christoph there.
Seems to be the only thing she's doing since she's come back.
Yeah, that's cool. You've got Christoph there. He's on the other side of the table. Next to you is Otar, and bringing in plenty of wine or whatever needs or drinking.
Wait, if
needs you want.
Otar's here and Christoph is here, what are my boys doing?
Let's see. Make a perception check. Sandstorm.
Oh, shit. Both the people that are also supposed to look out for him are here. Perception.
Essentially, it's like this.
7. Yeah, she starts drinking and then she was like,
It's like an ear out.
they're probably
Gets-
somewhere.
Gets a refill. They're probably doing something well intentioned.
Yeah, she's just at their tavern. If anyone wants to talk, she's there.
Yeah, Belvin Ikram, the invite's open to you all as well.
I was just thinking I might cast Druid's Grove in my forest.
You can cast Druid's Grove in your forest. We'll come to that in a sec. While you're at the tavern, Aunties, Otard does lean into you and ask basically for a rundown of what happened through the night. Through the day. So what happened there? What went on?
Wait, what? About.
Yeah.
Just a lot of she's been drinking a bit, so this is like a very. It's like a lot of stuck-up metallic dragons. Except for the one that was a cat. He was chill.
I've heard stories about that. Didn't he used to be here?
Yeah, he had like an opal thing around his neck, and that's like one of part of the Sandstorm's crowns now, and it's like, ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
They looked down upon me because I was one of like fiendish blood, but also chromatic blood, which was like great because I felt like every second I was there was just getting into their heads like a little bit more. It was great. We agreed to do a whole bunch of stuff for them. That one of them wanted all the masks, but it was like, oh, sorry, I am the mask now. And I ain't gonna... There's nothing I can do.
Well, at least that's one done, at least. I mean...
Yeah. Granted, it probably means that if another person with draconic blood comes along, that they could probably do it. So, I don't know if I should just be walking around, but who knows. And then one of them, as we were leaving... I think they knew Arifatis or someone that like is part of my family, and they said they wanted to fly like around the icy north with me, and I was like, okay, let's see how all this goes, and then I don't know, put it in my calendar.
I mean, I can schedule it down for you officially.
Oh, well, it kind of just depends if we get everything done and if it's, like, to their liking.
Well,
I really don't want to be booking in, like, one of those and then awkwardly have to go and fly with this dragon who I severely let down.
That'll be a little bit awkward, yeah. What's left to do? I overheard you were
You have to get an apology from an elf dude.
Oh, Mr. Melendrick, yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
Yeah, he's not...
I'll remember it tomorrow when I see him. Had to get all the masks, though that wasn't on a time frame. It was like kind of like a whole, once the war finishes, make sure we get all the masks type of thing. It's like, great. Have to secure neutral territory for dragons, which sounds very interesting. Very interesting. There's a specific place. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But I know the other two don't matter because we've done them.
Oh,
I think it was Sandstorm's dagger and the dwarven pelt. Not a pelt of a dwarf, but the dwarf was wearing a pelt.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
We ain't making pelts of
we're
dwarves.
No, we're not. Let's not do that. I've seen that done once. It was horrendous.
What?
Yeah, it was. Look, if so.
Granted, some of their beards, I'm like, I could turn that into a bag.
Nice quilts, though.
Hmm.
Anyway, that's
Dwarves, great creators. As you probably should. So, Shan didn't mind the dwarven architecture.
He did not. After the attack of Rathator, apparently, all those years and years and years and years and years ago, centuries even, he hired some of the greatest dwarven mages to fix the artifact archives.
That makes sense. Dwarven mages, that just sounds like a contradiction, doesn't it?
It does. It's really funny. I mean, you were gone for a while, and we took on a lot. House Crimson took on a lot of dwarven mages at one point. They then branched out, of course, and went on their own ways, but the ones that remain, fine. Now that I think about it, what did Arathador take?
A lot of books. A lot of material. Scrolls. Scrolls in particular.
What, you mean those icicles you have down below?
Yep. He stole those. It was my job when I was under his care, which I feel like I can say confidently care now, because he definitely treats me better than a lot of other people have. But he wanted me to, because he couldn't read, he wanted me to translate audibly all these books. Sort of, it was kind of like a big puzzle piece, because I knew a lot of the other information, but suddenly this one volume of this one series brought everything into sense. It's like you can't just read 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 5 is important. Which he has all of them. Which possibly means we can regain them.
Did you make any headway on the scrolls that you brought back, the icicles?
A little bit, but not much. I haven't tried lately, though. It's just kind of slipped to my mind with everything happening.
She puts her arm around you in your big, massive, now bulking form, as your draconic blood is really beginning to show, as your presence and your muscular definition is beginning to define and grow into your form. You've been working out a lot, quote unquote. You've had a lot going on. It's important to take care of yourself. Keep on top of things. Also, you're a lot... And she punches you in the arm. You're a lot stronger now, aren't you?
I'm like almost double my height. I hope I am.
And you're magically incredible, by the way. Because there is... It's not even an explosion anymore of magical aura around you whenever I cast a detect magic.
I just am magic, aren't I? It's weird.
Pretty much. You are just a straight definition of frost energy, of this element. It's incredible. You have the potential and power to do more good in this world than a lot of other people. A lot more than Kashan, I'll tell you that much. And you live with some good friends.
I've seen similar people do worse.
True.
I know I seem to be able to control it right now, but so did some other people. And look how that turned out. So please, don't jinx anything right now.
She knocks on the table. Let's just have a good
Thank
night.
you. Yes.
Your drinks are refilled. You enjoy a hearty and wonderful night together. The boys come back eventually. They're a little Niflheim are they look a little bloated. They've had a bit too many sweets, and all around their face, they look like they have stuck their snouts into jars of honey and have been rolling around in flowers. And they look like they're on a sugar crash.
And what have you two been up to?
Well, Mr. Ikrim with the antlers is doing something in the woods. And there are so many flowers. And there are so many bees. Haim sticks out his tongue. Well, I got my tongue.
Are you okay? Do you need healing?
I'm fine. I just want to go to bed.
She's gonna look at Kristoff and Ota. Just gonna go. I would like to stay up a bit longer. If one of you don't mind. Really appreciate it.
I'll do it for you. I got this. Annie, come on,
thank you.
Come on, lads. Yeah, you see, it's his first time dealing with kobolds, and with that, he hurries on off with Nithal and Haim, trying to cart them over as we leave Otar and Antis enjoying a night together. We head on over to Ikrim in the forest with his druid grove.
What's up?
What are you doing there, bud?
I was just thinking I would, just in case we have another run in with some thieves or something, I might start casting Druid Grove, hopefully every day for a year, and that way it can just become like a protected forest permanently, which could be cool.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure. It says the duration goes for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I just stand there for 10 minutes. And I was thinking, surely I would have a tree in the center of the forest that's kind of the one that I always hang out near. So I figured I'd make that the central point and then cast from there.
Well, that you actually do. It is a tree you originally was revived under, actually, and then died under again with your Circle of the Moon druidic nature all hooked around it, as it is the central tree.
Good times.
Yes, indeed. So you can definitely do it on the point there. If you'd like to go through a bit of mana burn, you can spend some spell. You can roll a d6 and begin your process of permanently beginning to infuse this tree in this land with a druid's grove to speeden up the effect, essentially.
Oh, okay. Just 1d6?
1d6.
Oh, I can do that. 4.
4. You take on 4 levels of exhaustion
Oh, great. Good start.
as you cut 4 months off the time period.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
But
Okay,
you,
that's kind of worth it.
but you also lose 4 hit dice.
Just so you know, Rob, if you rolled a 6, you'd be dead. 6 levels of exhaustion is death.
Oh, fuck.
As you
I just love trees so much.
Again? God
as,
damn it.
as you
This tree is this forest is just,
as your hand begins to literally meld with the tree bark, and you just drain all your natural druidic energy into the land surrounding you. You feel it just drain and siphon out of you as you're just gifting this land around you, encouraging it to grow and to bloom. And that even in the darkness, this light comes out of this light always has billowed out of you, as you are completely fucked
yeah, that'll take it out of you.
for the next 4 days.
Well,
Ooh, but now,
well, it lessens each
everything
day
in that
when you
area,
rest.
Yeah, it lessens each day, and you do have spells that also lessen the effect.
Greater Restoration, does that get rid of
Correct.
exhaustion? Yeah, I thought so. But
you-
yeah, so your hit point maximum is halved. Your speed is halved. And your disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. And disadvantage on ability checks.
You do have
love and life.
you do have your 2 per day greater restorations as well.
I was gonna
so
say,
Sure.
you can cut this time in half.
You can burn it.
Would I have just passed out on a level 4 exhaustion, or
No, you'd be standing up and you'd just be like, I am really fucking tired.
You'd be fucking dripping with sweat, breathing heavily.
what?
But if
You want a nap.
But if you rolled a 6, dude, like,
Yeah.
holy shit, you'd be dead.
I was here
Thanks,
thinking
man.
like a 4. Fuck yeah, that's a sick roll.
Yeah. This is
Wrong.
this is mana burn. So
Yeah.
this is shortening the length of time it takes to create an effect, like a year-long effect, onto an area at a quick, great cost.
Right.
But no, I think 4 is probably the best one you could have rolled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah. Because 5th, like
Um,
I think your speed is 0.
You fucking
Yeah,
like
you're just
cripple.
passed out.
That's when you're just like on your hands and knees and you pretty much just can't move.
bleh.
okay, so can I cast my 2
Yes.
levels of regeneration?
Yes,
Oh,
you,
sorry.
Greater
Of
restoration.
Great restoration, regeneration.
yes, you can. So
Greater regeneration.
so as you're just standing there, just like hunched over, just dripping sweat, panting heavily, just both your hands light up. This time, not in fire, but in a golden light. They kind of shine and shimmer instead of burning in this muted golden fire that's now just shining light from your hands. It's similar to that of an Aurora Borealis as they shine out. Shut up. But you plant it, but both your hands on yourself and 2 levels of exhaustion disappear.
Hey,
So now you're just really heckin' tired.
sounds like me in real life.
Yeah. Okay. Belvin, anything you want to do for the rest of your night?
Nah, Belvin pretty much felt pretty spent
Okay.
after doing a lot of the negotiating, so he probably would have just fallen asleep.
You go off, you go and get some rest. So, the next morning arises. Sun comes up. The creatures and personnel of Riverguard all begin their daily activities. You all welcome. All are awoken to a hearty breakfast, and during are brought to council. Basically given an update on the happenings of Riverguard for the day. There are going to be mages from the House of Crimson who are going to be assisting Casimir in the alterations and creations and expansion of the main keep, along with security details. So basically what that means is they're going to be adding a 3rd floor or a 2nd floor to Riverguard over the top of the 1st floor, which will give it another 5 rooms up top.
Cool.
I think we should grow a tree in the middle and then have build around the tree. Look cool.
Look
Yeah.
cool. Terrible
Very
design
modern.
though, because the
Very
tree will
modern.
keep growing and will destroy the keep.
Yeah. It'll just be a 4-bedroom. And then a
After a
3.
while, it'll be a
And then a
no-shit room.
2.
I mean, it depends on what type of tree it is.
Exactly.
It might be a tree where it just grows upwards, so then you can just add more stories.
Trees.
Okay. So, you gather yourselves. You gather what you need. If there's anything you want to do before heading to Lork, now's the time.
Can I check out the ice scrolls?
You can check out the ice scrolls definitely by heading down into the underground of Riverguard. They are guarded currently as you are heading down in the depths below Riverguard, as if you go by yourself.
Oh yeah,
And I'm just going to change the music. 1 second. So as you're heading all the way down, you begin to the caverns go from the cold water tunnels of the caverns below to basically frozen tunnels. These frozen tunnels consist mostly of claws and scratch marks, and eventually you reach the end where, covered in a pile of frost and snow that has been created from her own body, is Arethiatis, curled up in a sleeping position as she's clawed and dug her way into a more comfortable position underground. You see there that covered in ice are the 3 giant icy scrolls. Each one is about 10 foot in length. And you remember from your previous experience with them that only incredibly cold temperatures are able to cause these scrolls to widen and become sort of a oval-like disc.
Okay. So, the last time I sort of like spoke with the cube or like communicated with it, it wanted to like it was interested in the scrolls. So I'm guessing I need to open them.
Yep, a portion of the cube was interested in what was within the scrolls itself.
Was there any specific one, or?
It was the icon that looks like the arrowhead or the dagger-like object that you know is referred to in the scrolls and outside of the scrolls as frozen in time.
Okay. So where are these scrolls in regards to like Ariftes?
Basically just across from her. She's essentially guarding them.
She's sleeping? Like, what were like the conditions that we set before? Like, are they like her scrolls and she doesn't want anyone to touch them? I can't remember exactly.
No, they're not her scrolls.
But like, is she like protective of them? Does she want anyone to touch them or whatever? I can't remember.
I can't remember that either, so have a bit of roleplay. As
From what I remember, no, she wasn't, because they were stolen by Arafator. Untees brought them back, so Arifates didn't know Untees or Macaf had them until they arrived back at Riverguard.
Sure. Okay.
some of the snow, the current is then shot up into the air as she exhales from her nostrils. Master Casimir. She raises her head out of the snow. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Riftis.
What brings you down into the depths?
I just wanted to check one of the scrolls before we leave for a few more days. I was wondering if you'd be able to assist me with opening them.
Well, of course I can try. But like previously, it's only for a short time.
That would be plenty. I appreciate it.
All right. You have 3 to pick from. 1, which is on the left, 1 that's in the middle, and 1 that's on the right. All 3 of the scrolls pretty much look identical.
We opened one of them before, right? Or...
You have essentially had a brief glimpse in at all 3.
Do I remember which one had the symbol that I'm looking for?
Make an Arcana check to try to sort these out.
Okay. 32.
Alright, on a 32, yes, it is the one on the left.
I'll pick the one on the left.
Okay. As Avitrius then asks you, please do stand back while I work. And as she brings her head back and unleashes a torrential blizzard from her maw, Antis, you're basically awoken to this sense of frigid cold from underneath, as if you can sense this draconic power being used. And basically stir yourself out of your hangover.
She's gonna freak out because she assumes that means Antis is probably attacking someone or something.
Riftis.
Arifatis. Sorry. She'll just quickly get on a robe or whatever she can grab and fly slash run down there.
This is way down the caves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dimension door will get you there instantly. It's
Yeah,
still-
okay,
it's
yeah,
within
I will
range.
dimension. Yeah.
Alright, so as the frost breath hits the floating, separated icy scroll, basically the thin, narrow, 10-foot long pole, 10-foot long icicle begins to absorb all the frost going into it. And at that point, as the breath finishes, Arntiste bounce into existence down here, seeing both Casimir and Avitrius begin to turn their head and look at you as the icy scroll, the one on the left, begins to shift out from the narrow, thin icicle that it is to then becoming a probably about 5 foot wide at the widest point oval.
When Kaz sees us, just Antis, he'd look back at the scroll because he's only got limited time to look before it like closes again.
Avitrius brings her head over and nuzzles into Arntiste. Good morning to you as well.
You scared me. I was scared that someone was down here and you were attacking them. I could feel you attacking, or using your breath weapon, but okay. It's just Casimir. Sorry, Casimir.
Casimir, make an intelligence check as you're reading through.
24.
24. Okay, so as you are reading into this, let me just take a little look. Alright. I need you to roll any dice, but call odds or even.
Let's go. A D100. Even.
This basically tells you if you have enough time, you can essentially you can begin to take in the information, but it's only going to last for a certain period of time. This is going to dictate how much time you have and what you get from that time.
Okay. Even.
All right.
Fuck. Got lucked on that.
No. So,
God damn it.
what you do get though is, as you begin to look into this frozen in time, you do catch that symbol definitely has some real world connotations relating to dragons and dragon blooded creatures. You essentially get that this quote frozen in time symbol with the assistance of the cube is at least a real world object that has been moved in a combined effort by two incredibly ancient dragons, probably one of the first dragons in existence under Tiamat and Bahamut together, that caused this effect to be able to exist in this world. And after gaining that information, the scroll...
Alrighty.
I do apologize, Casimir. I can only keep it open for so long.
Do you think there's a way to keep it open for longer?
Avitrius looks towards Antis.
I mean, it is using ice powers, so I assume if you could get... This might be a basic way, I don't know a more elaborate way, but if you had multiple mages that could cast, say, a cone of cold repeatedly, you could possibly keep it open enough to memorize or transcribe the scroll. Or if you had some way of perpetually being able to blow ice at it. Or crack the scrolls open completely. But unfortunately, I have no idea how to do that.
Maybe again with our combined efforts. I seemed to hold it open longer last time. And you do have,
Possibly.
you know, a wonderful, new, strange, and incredible form.
That is true. It could be possible that... I mean, I can try something now if you wish, Casimir.
I suppose this would be a good test for your new abilities. Rather than, say, in actual combat. If you are
One
willing,
thing I haven't quite done yet. Yes, let me see. I don't know what the best spell for this would be. I might try in investiture of ice.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Just because it has the perpetual
Yeah. The
it has the 15-foot cone of freezing. Like freezing wind.
That's true. And you are surrounded yourself.
How close does Casimir need to be to read the scrolls?
He only has to be within 5 feet of it, but you are able, as previously shown, and Casimir's been able to do as well. They are able to be held up by like a mage hand and manipulated and moved around as well. Even though they are constantly levitating, the RC scrolls.
Okay.
They can be moved.
So
and
he
placed
would be
around.
able to. They would be able to be moved to, like, say, the edge of that cone, so Casimir can reach it up. Cool. Yeah, I will try this because I believe this is also new.
Okay, so as Antis takes a deep breath in, how would you like to describe how this spell takes effect as you, being of a frozen soul, go above and beyond any kind of resistance that even ice has to the cold itself?
Yeah, she'll move back from Casimir because the ground around it also gets icy. She just closes her eyes and almost relaxes as sort of frost air seeps from her body. And as it sort of slowly starts to move around, that's when she reaches out her hand and aims that cone of freezing wind at the scroll.
Okay, so as this freezing wind hits the scroll, Casimir's got it moved towards him as the frost is being sucked into it. The quicker than Arethius' breath hitting it, the scroll instantly just unfurls, becomes a wide oval, about 5 feet wide, in less than a second as it does this. Usually it takes an entire round for it to shift and change. And as the duration continues for the 10 minutes, you can both make an Arcana check at advantage. As Antis, on your side, you can see the writing is also on your side. So it should show it's mirrored on both sides of the flat icicle.
Sorry, what role am I making?
You can make an Arcana check at advantage.
Oh.
And as you hit the DC of 50,
Jesus.
you unlock and are able to understand and read all of this first scroll.
Wow.
As I will switch it over. Copy and add it in, which you can find in the please. Alright, cool. Which you can find, which I'll show it to everyone now. Shit to place. Which is the first. The first scroll contains lore of the Divine Gate, along with the abstract on chronomancy versus the elemental plane of the Frostfell. Quote, frozen in time is deep within this scrolls hides a glyph called the Ice Glyph that the cube begins to extract from the scroll. Basically hiding behind the frozen in time is this strange frosted elemental shard of ice. As you dive in deeper, it shows more about Frozen in Time, making mention to the Arrow of Fate being born of the splatter of blood from the dragon god Io that was split into Bahamut and Tiamat. While Frozen in Time is identified by Alathura in these scrolls, that it is the scale of that original dragon that was first punctured. The scale is constantly in this moment for all of time as the universe moves around it. This frozen in time scale. Deep within this dagger-like scale is embedded that ice glyph. Wherever that dagger-like scale is, contains that glyph. The combined effort of Alathura and one of Bahamut's first of the 7 gold dragons were able to cause this dagger-like scale to happen and exist in this moment. Essentially, it is a time-controlling dragon scale that is frozen in spot due to ice magic and another form of draconic magic. You last remember seeing an object like this at the bottom of a Raffator's lair. This goes over the course of the whole 10 minutes, and you actually finish acquiring all the information from the IC scroll before the spell's up.
Okay. So I'm guessing Antis remembers mention of that, but I don't know if Casimir would.
Now, you do remember seeing the dagger-like object that is very similar to all the little arrowhead icons that you've been seeing on a lot of a lot of these scrolls, a lot of other texts and stuff that that bears an incredible similarity to that dragon-like dagger, or dagger-like scale.
Well, this might be something we can use. Although we would need to go to Arathator's lair. I imagine that's not something you want to do, Antis?
It's not something I thought would happen so soon, but I'm sure with both of us, and she points to Aunties. Aunties? Hurry for tea. Sorry. I'm sure it wouldn't be as disastrous as it was last time. Killed one ancient dragon, we can do it again.
We need time to consider possibilities.
Yes. It is not something I believe has to be done right now. We have bigger priorities.
Would you like to do anything else with the other two scrolls? Would you like to just head on back up with the rest of the group?
I think for now we've held up.
I can't do that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for now we've held up the rest as well. We should be on our way to see King Melandric.
Yep. And unless there's anything else that anyone else wants to do in the morning? Alright.
More gravy.
You get on the teleportation scroll, on the teleportation circle, and with that you teleport and make your way to Lork. Da-da-da, changing music.
I was enjoying that music actually.
Oh, okay.
No, change it. It's just, I was just like,
No.
I
It's
was
fine,
like,
Rob. You know what? It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Pretty much just yelled out, play the same song.
Oh, play the same song. Alright. So, as you know, King Melandric and his elves are assisting with the post-battle mop-up of Lork. You do find him in his command tent. You do not come across Amalia, as she is directly within the city itself, taking charge over that, while the command tent from the Lord's Alliance still lies on the outer hills where the battle raged. As you come into the command tent, it is in immaculate condition. Although the smell of pine needles stirs something deep within Antis as you enter, and it causes you to stop for that moment, shake your head, and like you have a flash of a road in an incredibly tall, impossible forest, dense fog surrounding it. And it's just for a split second that you see that before you shake your head out of it, realizing what's happening at the moment. As you enter, you do see that elven guards watch over the king, while blade song mages play two harps and a cello at the rear of the hall. You see he's in very fine, delicate ceremonial robes and armor as well. He looks at you all. Welcome! Welcome all. Welcome, River Guard. It's good to see you all again. Please do take a seat. It's a wonder to see you all here. Is there happenings in the city I should be aware of, or in the fields?
Do you guys want Casimir to talk, or someone else?
Hey, you started talking, you might as well.
Yeah, you started.
Well, I was like,
No,
Hey, you
no.
might as well go on.
alright.
This is D&D.
Not on the city or the battlefields, no, but there is something we require assistance with. So who's in the room? Is it just the king and us and like
The
guards?
king, guards, yourselves, and that's it.
Okay, cool. Recently we met with the Council of Metallics to request aid in the war against the cult. And through negotiations, they requested some things from us. One of those being actually something that you need to provide, King Melandric.
Oh. You see his friendly demeanor has turned to curiosity and a bit standoffish.
So just correct me if I'm wrong, Carl, but it
Yes.
was a formal apology and it was the destruction of all the what's it called? The Drago Rage Mithril or something like that?
Yes, it was an apology for the Draco Rage Mithril.
Okay. And that was it? Oh, there wasn't a second part?
No, I don't believe so. I think it was just a direct apology, wasn't it?
Okay.
From him?
Yeah, from him, for those who speak for the elves.
Yes. Yeah.
A gold dragon named Pretantha has asked for a formal apology from the King of the Elves for the creation of the Draco Rage Mithril for use against their kind in the past.
His finely manicured nails begin to tap on the table. Make a persuasion check.
This is a best. 17?
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad, but it's not great.
But it's not bad, but it's not bad.
It's an 11.
So, you're forcing my hand then. I guess honor demands it, finally. I do speak for all elvenkind when I say the Draco Rage Mithril was a necessary evil at the time. When all creatures seen as lesser than a dragon were nothing but cattle. And the fundamental nature of dragons and their links to the forces of creation, the elements of nature, the stars. Ultimately, the Mithril gave power to those rebelling against draconic rule. Over 20 millennia ago.
I do not begrudge the elves for their past choices, but I ask that you make this effort now for the sake of the future of all.
I directly... Ultimately, you see the Mithril gave power to the elves beginning the rebellion. I was not there at the time of the rebellion. I was held in captivity. But I was freed. And that's when the comet passed. The King Killer Star was born. He puts his hand to his head, begrudgingly, understanding the severity of what's happened and to come. I can make an apology on behalf of all elvenkind, but I do not speak for its creator. The creation of the Mithril was using the celestial energies of a passing comet King Killer Star took this energy and caused all of dragon and dragon-blooded kind to slowly become agitated and reckless, even becoming little more than raging beasts, and lasted for months on end. Could have been from a 10-day to nearly to 3 months to a year. But the King Killer Star was able to use that to free the lands of Faerun. That was when the time of man began. Like myself and the people I helped to free, we returned to the forest where we were most connected to the Feywilds until our dynasties were rebuilt again to what they are now. But that was a long time ago. It isn't easy to say that our salvation came from their pain, but this war... He kind of looks down, then looks up at you directly in the eyes. It makes me realize how wrong that statement is. That we allowed this horrible plague on a whole race of formidable beings. Even those of pure heart tore apart their friends, families, and followers. That is the tragedy of Lareth. And you see he himself pulls out an exact same dragon-toothed dagger of Lareth and puts it on the table.
Oh shit.
There's 2?
Mm.
Because Sandstorm had 1.
There's 9 in total. They were the survivors of Laris following the talons of justice. They heard her last wishes. As she looked upon the passing comet, she said the Red Star had killed her. So her spirit was passed into these 9 daggers, so her guidance could live on forever.
One of the dragons asked for the daggers back, right?
Yes, Protantha.
Does he know there's 9? I thought there was only 1.
No, this is 9.
Yeah.
He just knows that you have 1 in your possession.
So he asked for that one specifically back.
Yes. I won't speak for the King Killer Star. His actions were always focused on exerting his idea of time and space over others, and his eyes meet directly with Antes. A lesson I thought you would learn, or picked up from the Archhost of the Brotherhood. See, knowledge of the Draco Rage is speculated to be kept secret by the King Killer Star. Although the effects on this world has lessened over time. The last enacted rage was over 700 years ago. It's poetic that his own creation came to nip him in the backside when the attack on the host tower of Arathatos. I understand that past grudges are not worth holding. You delivered to me an honest truth about my son. I cannot hold that against you, though you might not be my favorite people for delivering it, but I still respect you by honor. And I am willing to do anything, to return that honor to myself and my people. Tell the King of Justice that I speak for all of United Elven Civilization and wish to offer an apology. I take it. The Patarian Code has been enacted, so a personal touch will be out of the question. Sure, there's something that can be worked up in return. if you have any ideas. We best act quickly, I take it.
Our time limit for these were 5 sunsets.
You have lost one.
Yep.
You have 4 left.
Yep. And it's been 1 sunset since the negotiations, so there is a little bit of time. So it's not a huge rush, but I feel like the quicker we can sort this out together, the better.
So was King Melandric like offering the dagger as part of the apology?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Do I get advantage from the cube?
You do get advantage from the cube.
Or was he just like, yeah, that's right, I got it.
Yeah, this is my bling. 12.
Yeah, it's out. It's more than an arm length away from him. Yeah, possibly, more than likely.
Okay. I mean, Kaz is still not sure. So Kaz will probably just ask, like, may I presume that you wish to offer this dagger to Protantha as part of the apology?
There's a gesture of peace. Yes.
I believe that is enough to show that you are willing and accepting the past of yourselves and accepting that that was a bad time for everybody. Just everyone trying to survive. So, and this in itself is a symbol of a future where we can all live in cohesion.
I humbly agree with that. And hopefully the war crimes of the King Killer Star do not happen again. It's something we wish to not enact on any other being of this world. Especially in the troubled times we live in now. It's at that moment that you hear, and Antis, you feel it within your bones.
Yeah, damn it.
Over the course of about as you feel that reverberation of the world, of 2 shouts of the Drakhorn going over the land.
Can I figure out, because I was able to roughly figure out what it wanted me to do last time.
Yes.
Am I able to get, do I have a feeling or an inkling to do something in particular?
You can make
Or is it again the same kind of go towards that point?
make a charisma saving throw.
Great. That's exactly what I
You are
wanted.
more dragon this time, so
That was
dramatic.
yeah.
Ah.
You're next to Belvin, so you get a +5
Oh shit.
as well. So.
18?
Oh wow. Okay. On an 18, you are able to overcome the urges. You feel like okay, yeah. You hear it's about a a warning, essentially. It is a warning of some force, of something approaching. Make a quick history check for me.
Good job.
You can't. You're trying to describe the feeling of what this reverberation has told you,
26.
but going back and trusting your gut, and especially the certain calls that dragons have, you can tell that it was a call to warn that giant kin, so giants, were approaching.
Okay, so that was towards their sort of base.
Yes, you can guess so. So wherever the source was of the Dracorn is, wherever that is, would be what it means. So
Antisa's gonna like, she like looks around like she's like looking for something, even though in like she knows logically there's no like giants around in this tent.
yeah.
There's still this kind of slight urge to like hear out. Okay, that's interesting.
In that time, as soon as Belvin would have heard that, he would have turned to Casimir and said, concentrate on that apology, and then he would have just walked out, just like ran out of the tent to check the skies, because the last time he heard that. Yeah.
Antisa's like gonna reach out to Belvin and just kind of grab him before he can go. It's fine, it's not for here. They were warning that there was giant kin around wherever the Dracorn is. They were warning of giant kin nearby.
Huh.
So they're also using it. Interesting. So they're just kind of using it for whatever they feel they can. Strange. Yeah, no, it was very weird. Even though I'm in this tent, it feels like I should be on the lookout for giants. It's weird.
If only
Anyway,
we knew exactly where it was. Maybe.
Can I gauge a direction?
Let's see. Make an insight check.
Can I sort of figure out where it's coming from? It's a 10.
Okay. So with that, the Dracorn's call is omnipresent. It is far and across whatever world. It is basically across whatever plane this is on.
So it feels like it's all around me rather than
Correct.
coming
Yes.
from a... Okay.
It sounds like we do not have much time to waste. Yes, I agree. We should get moving with the apology. Do you have any idea of how we can proceed forward, Casimir?
I think our first priority is securing the help of the Metallics. They likely have knowledge that we do not of this Dracorn, and we need their assistance, I believe, to even have a chance of getting close to it.
Agreed. We should get to work then. Whatever methods you have installed that we can deliver a message, I'm sure that we can.
Just so happens that I have created a spell that will allow us to do just that. And Kazuda place a mirror in front of him. I can allow you to record your form and voice, and then present this to, what's his name?
Protantha.
Protantha.
I appreciate this. You look into
Kaz would cast the spell on the mirror. Programmed illusion.
He brings his hands together and bows. King of Justice Protantha, I, King Melandrix, speak for all of civilized, united elven kind. I would wish to offer a sincere apology for the war crimes of the King Killer Star Kashan and the Draco Rage Mithril. We take full responsibility for the actions of this mage during those heavy periods. He continues on. It's very heartfelt. He keeps going for about 15 minutes. Till eventually he signs off. With that, I do offer you a return of what I believe is of your station. Not only with this apology, I return to you a piece of Lareth, former Queen of Justice. I look forward to working with you in the future, Protector. He signs off. It's recorded now in the mirror. And we are going to take a quick break and skip forward a little bit. And we're not going to skip forward a little bit, but we are going to take a quick break because I really need to go to the bathroom. So we will be right back, friends, foes, and familiars. So please bear with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello again, friends, foes, and familiars. Welcome back to Dragon's Blue D&D. I am still Dragons and Cats. But let's dive right back into our session where we left off, with our party gaining the apology of King Melandric, the elf who speaks for all of elvenkind, who has recorded a permanent illusion message through Casimir to be delivered to King Melandric, to Protantha, the King of Justice, while also obtaining a second dagger of Lareth. So, still within the tent, what would you like to do? The Drakhorn has just sounded. Everyone's on high alert at the moment as well.
So there's no actual giants around. Oh, they're around,
No.
but they're not a threat.
They're not around you at the moment. is
No,
what
they're
I can
around.
gather from it.
Wherever the Drakhorn is, I'm assuming.
Yep.
The humbug.
Well, I'm assuming that could be, at a guess, that could be the flying castle.
That was my assumption as well. But without actually knowing, who knows?
I mean, that could be a good plan. Just crash that giant floating castle into their base.
That's what I mean. If we knew about this earlier, it would have been good to
What's up, bitches?
like collaborate.
What was the
Balgofkus?
Gothkus?
That was the name of the giant.
I wonder if we could like contact him and try and find out.
I mean,
You
who's
have
got a
sending.
sending?
We all do. We all got the earrings.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Who was on the
Except
best
for
terms with him?
Antis.
Well, yeah.
Who was on the best terms with him? Any of us in particular?
You were all on pretty good terms with him.
Because we helped him sort of kill the cultists on his base.
Yeah, like regain his floating castle, pretty much.
Who was the one who kind of turned in the quest? Because I feel like he would recognize that face. You know what I mean?
Who got the bonus rate?
I'd like trying to think if we contacted him and we said our names, would he even recognize it? Like, what would we like? This is Belvin, the group that helped.
We fought. What was the white dragon under his castle?
Actually, you most probably shouldn't be the one that contacts him because you've changed what you look like, don't you?
No, Belvin's human again.
Then? Oh yeah, true.
Right?
It was Blaze Handle, but you helped free the castle from Resmu.
My timeline is a mess.
And Belvin was the one that killed Resmi, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you could say that. It's Belvin, the one who killed Resmi.
Yeah, well, even though Resmi's back, unfortunately, but.
Does he know that?
I don't know. Anyway, okay. So, obviously, discuss this a little bit. Like,
Was it?
Yeah, Balgofkus.
I would say try and contact him to see if.
all right,
something's going on.
I'll give it a go. All right. All right. What is it? Balgothkus?
Balgofkus.
Balgothkus.
Balgofkus.
All right.
This is God.
Balgothkus. This is Belvin. Part of the group that helped you relinquish your castle. We heard the Dracon and asking if or no where and if you need aid. There you go.
It's hard when you gotta do it on a 25 words, eh?
Yeah.
It's like text messaging back in fucking.
Yeah, I was just like, I was just like,
one
fuck.
message.
I was like, god damn.
So,
Oh my god, I don't want to waste another 25 cents sending a second first.
Yeah.
you do get a reply. Belvin, it's been quite some time. We're fine, still in the spine of the world. It could be any other giant clan, as we hunt worms for sport.
Okay.
Still,
Well, it
We
wasn't Balgothkus.
when we're planning to attack the Well of Dragons, we definitely should try and get them to come and help.
It's definitely an idea. Because knowing them, they'll be up for the challenge. So.
Well, I suppose we don't know who's attacking them.
Okay.
Well, at least we can. Well, at least we know that they most recently might have a struggle. Maybe we can think of a way that we could make use of this. I'm not sure how at this point, but I'm sure we can figure it out. But let's keep to the matter at hand right now.
Should we return to the
I
Dragon Council?
don't see why we need to wait the full duration they were given us. If we've got what we can get now, I'd say bring it back to them. Maybe. Mm,
Okay, so
maybe do we want to take one more day? Or do we want to try to do it now?
I think the sooner the better.
Right, yeah.
Gives the cult less time to prepare.
okay, so you return back to Riverguard.
I was thinking we'd go straight to
Fuck yeah. Okay then. Yeah.
if
Yes.
everyone wants to.
Yeah, I don't see why not. If we've
Might as
got
well.
it on us, we've got.
We didn't have to prepare anything else, did we? We got the armor with us, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
You've got. You can assume that you do have the armor.
The
Either
two,
that.
two daggers, the
Yep.
apology,
Yep.
the written apology
Sorry,
from
did you say we're going straight to?
the Dragon
The
Council.
Dragon Council.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
This floating place.
Main thing is we looked to Ikrim. Are you ready?
Are you ready, Ikrim?
We'll see.
I'm assuming that you'll
Hey.
be treated harshly again, but just stay true to yourself.
Keep your head held high.
You've got nothing
Thanks,
to be
fellas.
ashamed about.
We've always got your back.
Aw.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll just like. Thanks, guys.
Come on, go for a fist.
Fist him, Ikrim.
And with that, you teleport over to the hidden
Is this mid fisting?
mid fisting.
Yeah.
It's
this
what
is awkward.
it's what activates the teleport. Mid fist, bam on out. The four of you getting out of here and going towards the edge of the cliff of the hidden shrine. As you teleport in, and then have to basically try figure your way to get onto the ledge, which you do.
Yes, like, are we allowed to just like go back in? Or do we have to be like escorted back in? Did they tell us the specifics?
They didn't tell you the specifics.
Well,
Mate,
I'm
we
guessing
could
Would
just
it be
barge right in.
disrespectful? But would it be disrespectful to just walk in?
fucking waltz
Yes.
back in.
But
I
we
was
could be
thinking-
like, boom, we've got
Is
what
there
you
like a-
wanted.
Doorbell or something?
We could
Drop the mic.
We could message Ella and
Well,
get her to come
all
pick
of them
us
will,
up.
well, we have something for Ella anyway, so
Yeah.
she'll need to be here. I think if we message her first, maybe we just wait here.
I think that's probably better.
Yes.
So we could use the sending to contact Ella and tell her we have achieved all the goals that were asked of us currently.
Yep.
And we're at the edge of the protective area where we left.
Quicker than expected. That's all you get. A couple of seconds go past, and you
She
see
was-
falling
she was-
from the sky, as the wings then take in the air, the shining metallic form of Ella in her silver dragon form. She then shifts back into her pallid humanoid form. Again, I am quite impressed, especially when she looks at the silver dragon mantle. And you can see she gets a little, like, even through this guy, this shape change, she gets quite overwhelmed and emotional at it. She kind of like raises a staggered hand towards it. She composes herself for a bit. Come. Yes. Basically turns and leads you back to the shrine. This hidden grove in the middle of this mountain vale. Takes you to a small door that then shifts and takes you up onto the top of the Dragon Council. And you see Protanther, as you instantly walk out, his wings flare up and he just roars. Typical small folk. Quick as possible. Rushing towards the end.
We would like to call it more our efficiency in the way that we can get these deals done.
Present what you have, then, and you shall be judged accordingly. The rest of the Dragon Council, Nimmer, Ella. Well, Ella's already in her human form, but you see the rest of them are all in their draconic forms. And as you come in, they reshift down into the halfling, the high elf, and into the cat. Yeah. But Protanther is pacing back and forth, snaking. His head is like pulled back, ready to lunge, as he paces back and forth around the god plate that's behind him.
Belvin will first present the mantle to Ella. Yeah. And give it to her?
She puts her hand out, her arms out to take it. Oh, Nestafaran.
And also a apology of the one that speaks for the dwarves.
She holds it in tight. Your actions will be remembered for the rest of our lives among the Silvers of the North. I can't tell you how much this means to us, to me, my son.
And if I may speak for us here, we were honored to be the ones that were able to do this for you.
Thank you.
And
you have my trust.
Will bow his head, and then he'll also pull out the daggers. Who else? Unless someone else has the daggers.
I think Kaz had King Melandrix. You'd have sandstorms.
I have sandstorms.
And I've got the mirror. Kaz would walk up to the middle of this altar and face the mirror towards Protanther. Just like put his hands together to activate the magic.
Mm-hmm.
And for Protanther, an apology is requested from the Elven King Melandric. And the recording would play.
Again, it goes over. Again, it goes over. Greetings, King of Justice, Protanther. Apologize for the act of one war criminal, Kashan, the King Killer Star. Continues to go forward. Though we wish to move on forward and during these troubled times to forge a relationship, continues on. It's a bit long-winded, goes for a full 15 minutes. And Protanther is listening and eyeing it with full intent. Just until it ends. And you see him breathes out. A little bit of fire. He relaxes a little bit. His wings kind of drop down these sail-like wings he has, kind of rest down.
Along with this apology, we bring 2 daggers of Lareth. I'm afraid we do not know where any others are.
With that, he raises a claw up, waves his hand across, and you see a spectral dragon claw fly over and reach across as he mage hands over it and drops the claw down in front of you.
Place it on there.
As his hand manipulates and brings him back over towards him, he proclaims, "At last, all 9 are together. Lareth, may you rest in peace and continue to soar forever." Eyes shoot straight to Ikrim. My last.
Yeah, keep going.
No. Go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say I lower my head just to like zero threat.
Don't be a bitch.
Oh, I'm being a bitch.
The walking shell of Rysarath. My final concession is your exile to the barren wastes of the Ancharat deserts immediately. He is
Who says that?
Protantha. Staring with complete hate and malice towards Ikrim, but he has taken in and understood it and accepted the concession, but his final one is the exile of Ikrim Walker.
I'm gonna kneel down and just basically say we brought you everything you've asked for. I don't see how this is going to help in any way. I mean, no disrespect.
You're King of Justice. I can offer you something else. The head of Kashan. Your enemy dead. But Ikrim must be alive and with us in order to do that.
The head turns from Ikrim to Iron Antis.
I also have a vendetta against him. I also want him dead.
You, one of Alathura.
Some would also say I am one of Kashan as well. Raised like his own.
Looks back at Ikrim. Are all small folk this traitorous?
We live very interesting lives. Short, but very interesting.
I will accept these terms under one condition.
And what is that?
I enact the Patarian Code and decree honor be served. Rysarath, Ikrim, you wish my allegiance. I demand You see his wings then rise, and he takes to the air, flying towards the middle, towards the group. Eyes just locked dead on to Ikrim.
How can we do that?
Teeth, could you please make me a history check at advantage, because you are a dragon researcher. Actually, Casimir as well too, so you can both have this check.
History.
Very nice, both of you.
Advantage?
Yes, so
Advantage.
Oh,
on
advantage. Sorry.
tooth.
yeah, because you were both draconic researchers.
I wasn't sure if it was not because we're both rolling. History.
No.
22. We have the exact same thought at the exact same time.
The both of you are just like, oh shit, the Praetorian code of a trial by challenge.
Ooh.
As the ancient draconic
Sounds
code
cool.
has a strong emphasis on honor and the teaching of Bahamut. The code consists of justice and good above all, the honor and fealty of king, the honor and respect of righteous innocence, but most of all, the correction of the enemies of justice and good. And you believe under this part of the code that Ikrim or Rysarath has violated as a stain on golden dragon kind.
So does that mean, from that understanding, Ikrim has to fight?
Has to be solo from the sounds of it. But Belvin not really knowing that, Belvin's gonna kind of just like step in front
So
of
he has to. Wait, is that Kashan all by himself? Kill Kashan all by himself?
No, that's Ikrim facing whatever challenge Protantha puts towards him.
This is the king one. Is that him?
The one is a mistake, but he is currently the king. He is currently the king.
I thought it was just some clever wording or something.
No, I'm just a dumbass.
Is that like a right here, right now kind of thing?
It's a right here, right now. It is trial by combat like
I didn't even
like
know
from Game of Thrones.
King won.
I am the king one, Protantha one. Protant one. Pro-one-tha.
And it's like
For one time.
Protantha was taken, so I had to put a 1 next to it.
The one.
Protantha 1 was taken, so I had to take the Protantha _ 1.
So
Ikrim took that name as well, just to piss him off.
but yeah, during Protantha's flight, Belvin's just kind of gonna stand in front of Ikrim, ready just to, because it doesn't know what that is. So
Antis is gonna.
I'm sure I've kind of clued onto what it is.
You get the sense that he's been hostile, very hostile to you, but you don't know what the code is. You have no idea.
If Ikrim's looking a bit confused, Antis will just sort of kneel down and lean in. It's like, he's gonna organize a challenge and you have to do it all by yourself.
If it's a challenge he wants to, in order to win this over, then bring it.
Antis might do something. It might be a bit dumb to bring this out in front of everyone, but she's just gonna do it because we're already kind of in an interesting situation. Antis still has the arrow.
Yes.
The arrow of fate. She is going to give that to Ikrim.
that is such a bad idea, but that's what Antis would do. And because I don't know what Ikrim would do with it. Like, I'm scared of Ikrim having that kind of stuff.
Granted, Ikrim's the only one who can use it because he uses bows.
Yeah, I know, but in this situation, I'm just.
Okay, alright. So, at the arrow of fate being handed over to Ikrim.
Not in a way like you. Oh, I've done something dumb, haven't I?
No, you've done something good. You've done something good. But he's just like, it's basically stepped it up to the next level, and he's just like, how did you? Nevertheless, you want that power, Rysarath. I feel it inside you. The challenge stands right here, right now. As you feel that wall of light begin to rise up out of Protantha and begin to envelop around the god plate as well, and around the gigantic dragon skull.
What is the challenge?
It's simple. Pass me. Touch it, and we will see what kind of benevolent dragon you are, Rysarath.
So is he saying you have to get
And
past
if I
me?
touch the god plate, yeah,
win.
if I touch
Yep.
the god plate, are you... Yeah, do I win, or do I...
Pretty much.
Yeah, you
is
get
it a double? Is it a test where it's like, if you go for the god plate, you're Rysarath, not Ikrim?
make an insight check.
Ooh.
23.
That entirely depends on what you do at the god plate.
Do I know anything about this current god plate?
Nothing.
Okay.
Actually, because I forgot to mention it last session, you can make a nature check.
On the god plate itself.
No, just in general.
Okay.
It's just to understand the nature of
15.
yourself and your self-perception. So you're kind of stressed out last time, and now that you're in that mindset of do a thing and do it as quickly as possible, you've come to the realization that your wild shapes and your angelic powers have been siphoned.
Huh.
Similar to the siphoning
Oh,
from
shit.
the previous god plate within Charlotte. So as you take that second to reflect and hold the arrow of fate, you look inside and just like, fuck.
So I can't turn into an angel, and I can't wild shape.
Nope.
So is all of my god plate abilities gone as well? Or...
I'm going to say you can turn into an angel, but all your god plate
Okay.
abilities are gone. And so are your wild shapes.
Is he flying kind of high above us now, or is he?
Yeah, he's
sort of
about
groundish level.
About groundish level, probably about 5 feet over it, but you can just barely see, and there is a wall of light surrounding it.
Like a wall of light, as in like I can't see him because of the wall of light, or
No, you can see still through the wall of light. It's not completely opaque, but it is shining there, surrounding the god plate in a bubble.
like a force field type thing.
Not directly like a force field. You've been around many walls of forces before, and this does not look to have the same sort of properties as a wall of force. I'm just saying that because you had plenty of experience previously with other god plate, well, with other walls of forces between Casimir and every other experience you've had. This is something different.
I guess it's more of a role-playing question. Is he kind of flying kind of like a come and get me bro, or is he kind of like in the defensive, or is he sort of just chilling, or
On your 23 insight, he's waiting for you to step up to the plate. Like to
Okay.
well, not step up to the god plate, but just to step forward beyond
Yeah.
your friends.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because I was kneeling, I'm just going to stand up, and then I'm going to angel form up, and just basically launch at a diagonal towards him.
Okay, let's roll some initiative.
Holy fuck, that's so far away.
Just
Jesus.
for Ikrim, I'm assuming, right?
Yep, so Ikrim, roll initiative.
This isn't stressful at all.
Good.
10. Shocking.
On if Ikrim was passing Belvin when he was doing that,
Yeah, I'm kind of going like at an angle kind of towards him, if that makes sense. I'm
Belvin
going to go past all these anyway.
Belvin is gonna give him a big pat in the back and cast haste on him.
Oh shit.
Oh, very nice.
He's like,
creature you see in range.
you've got this.
Speed is doubled. It gains 2 bonus AC. Has advantage on dexterity. Holy crap.
Yep. All right, so he is first. So I'd like you, my friend, to make me 1 second. As Protanther reels his head back and shoots out a similar breath of golden flames. Just. I do need you to make me a strength saving throw as you lift yourself up into the air and go flying forward.
Sorry, I'm just reading the haste thing again.
All good.
It's only dex.
Okay, so it doesn't affect. Yeah, I was just like, no. So
And I'm gonna say he's not close enough to me at all. Not anymore.
so once I'm past you, the haste doesn't work. Or...
No. For my other
Yeah.
assist in your saving throws, you have to be within 10 feet. So
I'm going to say that Ikrim is beyond the 10 feet.
yeah.
7. So
I'm assuming that's bad.
yes, so similar to your own ability, as this golden flame encapsulates you, you now have disadvantage on all strength saving throws and disadvantage on strength-based attack rolls, checks, and saving throws for the next minute.
Right.
So you have disadvantage on all strength.
Yep.
Anything to do with strength, you're at disadvantage. Protanther is then going to use a
Okay.
legendary action to beat his wings and try to blow you backwards. So make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
At advantage.
So I have advantage on that
Yes.
Have advantage on this one.
one.
18. That's
18.
still not going to be high enough, I reckon.
Yes, you still fail and are knocked prone.
Oh, awesome. So prone, is it an action to stand up?
It's half
That's
your movement.
Half your movement.
Oh, half your movement.
I thought you'd be more than this. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Well, actually, no. I am wrong about that. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage because there's a plus 10 onto that. Now it's your turn, Ikrim.
Sorry, I'm just reading some. Should have had a hero's face before we came here. He's in the air, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Correct. 5 feet up, off the cliff, just flying midair. Hovering.
Okay. Oh, and whatever's below him, he's like, there's nothing below him.
Nothing. There is a full drop.
Okay. Hmm.
Oh, damn.
So I'm just coming up with a couple of trying to come up with a couple of ideas.
Just so you know, your speed is doubled,
Your speed is
Sure.
yes.
and you have an extra action.
So if my speed's doubled, can I get into his face from here?
Oh yeah,
44.
yeah.
You have to use
How
half your
much-
movement to get up, though.
Yeah. So that would be all of my movement then, wouldn't it?
No, that's 30 Well, how would you work that, Carl?
Because he's 45 feet away.
All right, so he's 45 feet away. You can take your extra action from the haste to dash, which allows
Yeah.
you to move double your movement, so you'll be able to get right up to his face, have 15 more feet of movement to then move on. Still have your bonus action to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move up into his face. I'm gonna pull out my crippler. I'm gonna point it in his face and just be like, "Do you see this? This has the gem of my mother in it. The mother of Ikrim, not the mother of Ryseroth. Oh, I don't know if I should hit him in the face with it. Oh,
Remember your objective. Remember your objective.
yeah. I'm trying to like.
I mean, you do what you want, but I'm just saying. Remember the objective.
Right, so how threatening are you saying this? Are you saying this as like a confronting? Look at this. This is
This is me kind of laying the facts down. Like, bro, I'm not Ryseroth. I'm Ikrim's. Like, I'm still trying to emphasize that point. I'm trying to throw facts at him.
Make an intimidation check.
Can I luck die that one?
You can luck that one.
19.
19. So, as you come flying up, even in your weakened strength status, flying up to him, you bring the crippler as if you're going to hit him and bring it straight towards his eye, so he sees the gem. You say your piece, which is, again, what?
Basically, I'm just saying, like, the gem inside this staff is from Ikrim's mother. My mother, not
Ryseroth. You see his eyes dart back and forth, going between what could have been a crippling, blinding blow to then to you back and forth, and seeing the hesitation there before you landed the blow. And he just looks and like pulls his head back and goes, "More lies from a delusion shell." Do you want to do anything before he has his turn?
How much more movement have I got?
I think 15.
Remember, your movement is doubled. It is now 60 feet.
Yeah, it's just more like, just trying to
Not
figure it
30.
out because of like everything.
Let's just say in one round, right? I'm just giving you a spectrum. If you wanted to, you could move 180 feet.
Okay.
That's your action, movement, and your extra action to dash.
Okay, this is gonna. I don't know if this will work,
What's
but
his actual speed? Isn't that 30 normally? So it doubles
30.
to 60.
oh, what happens
And he has
if I
action
set
to
a high
dash,
level?
it's 120.
And then your extra action to dash again.
What do you mean extra action?
From haste.
When you got haste, you get your extra action.
Oh, right.
That's why his movement's 60.
Yeah. No, I
Yes.
forgot about the extra haste action.
Which
I'm
can
gonna
be
try
used
this. This is kind of like jet flares.
for ham.
Yeah.
Is that
And then I'm
Lincoln?
just gonna
Abraham.
and just basically have all these fireflies come out of me to kind of act as flares to like a missile attack on a jet as a kind of distraction to try and weasel past him.
Chaff. He just fired the chaff out.
As you chaff on, he's going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's only a bonus action.
That is a bonus action.
Wait. That's good.
But
Yeah,
still,
that's good.
that strike that you would have done with the cripple would have been an action. So wisdom saving
So
throw.
I've lost all my actions now because I used one action to dash. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Use an action to dash, you use the action to do the stealth, you use the bonus action, and you use your movement.
Are you flying?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So as you're flying towards the god plate, you
Just jump in this massive fucking gap right here.
you fly over him, down past his body, as his sail-like wings fluttering, just catch the updraft and keeping him aloft while you fly past around the tail. So you hear the rush of wind as he says, "Not so fast!" and reaches around with a claw towards you.
Oh no.
On a natural 1,
Oh.
which is still an 18.
Oh.
Natty one.
That's a
But
natural one.
That's an auto miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Natty one on attacks.
What's your armor class?
And you have a +2 to AC because of the haste.
Isn't
Oh,
the
sorry,
one
are you asking me a question?
isn't the one a natural
I
miss?
got an
even if it
18
would
AC.
hit?
Is that
Plus-
with the +2?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, I am going to say since it is a natural 1. Alright, hold
Because a
on.
nat 20 is an auto hit, right?
Yep. Nat 20 is an auto hit. So what we're going to do with this is it's going to be a failure at succession. So
Oh, that
gonna-
makes sense.
it's going to be good, but it's going to be bad. So it's still going to hit, but it's not going to be a thing. So as he comes past and his
Righto.
claw just clips against your legs, he sends you spiraling through the air, losing control, losing your momentum as well. Basically sending you into a free fall, falling down, and you quickly go 60 feet down in that instant. Just it's your turn, and Protanther is just looking at you, just. And he does kind of shift over towards just before the barrier of light, which I am actually going to put in now because I'm a dumbass who didn't do it before. What do you want to do?
Does the barrier of light actually do anything?
You don't know yet.
Red
Oh,
find
okay.
out.
Righto. So I'm 60 feet away from him. Is that right?
You have fallen 60 feet.
How am I in proportion to the height of the island itself? Like, am I going to go up 30 feet to get to land?
You basically, so you do have to go pretty much up 50 feet to get onto the contact level of the God Plate, where it is.
Yep. Okay. Oh, shit.
What do you want to do?
I can't believe I'm fighting a fucking dragon.
By
You're not
yourself.
like fighting it, really.
Oh, you know what I mean, though. Okay, I'm playing fucking
You're doing great.
I'm playing Dodgem cards
Look,
with a
I
dragon
mean-
right now.
Rob, I mean, if you want to fight him, that's, I guess, your choice, but...
Oh, this is kinda
if you
cool.
want to make a statement, be like, bitch.
So I'm 50 feet from the land. How far am I from him? Like, 60 feet. So because he's 10 feet in the air.
So yeah, he's basically there is only about a 5-foot gap between him, so it's still within his reach, and the landing of that floating rock formation.
So did I fly out? Did I go directly down, or did I fly out kind of in a direction?
I'm gonna say he flew out in a direction, like kind of down towards here.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use an action and dash. Use my action to dash. And can I get inside the skull head
Yes.
from there?
Yes, you can.
This feels very like cliche movie where they're like crawling through the skull,
Little
like, I don't know,
tunnel?
through the vines or the like dirt or something, while the big monster's trying to like smash through the shit to get to you.
So
Where did he
as
smash the big dragon skull that he respects?
what you mean, Riceraphs? As
Is this Rusra's skull?
as a blast of
Oh,
fire
that's a bit.
burns in through a majority of the bone as you're flying
shit, have
through
I
the
gotten-
skull. As you all watch Protanther shoot out this blast of fire that begins to burn and melt through the skull, just carving a hot line through it. Ikrim is somewhere within that inferno, and you see he whips around with his tail trying to bash into it. The skull itself is incredibly dense. Ikrim, you were lost in a skull, and there is something within it that is kind of like scratching at the back of your head.
Oh, like my subconscious sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Someone scratching
Okay.
the back of your head.
Like your subconscious is calling out to you.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of open to anything at this point, so.
Oh, what just happened?
Was that the end of his turn?
Yes, that was the end of his turn.
Okay. I don't know if I'm good at my compass arrangement inside of a skull. I'm assuming I am because I would have a general gist of it. But I'm going to try and head towards like the southern side, sort of maybe towards an ear canal, or like maybe out the back underneath the horn or something.
Okay, make me a survival check.
Can diddly do. 16.
Okay, with that as Aww. Papas.
It's a hot dog.
Hey, bud.
It literally is a hot dog as Protantha's beam of fire goes blowing down on towards the nostrils of the skull and is then redirected back up to the cranium. You then see a Ikrim bursting out underneath, actually throughout one of the horns.
Oh.
And is
Secret tunnel.
actually within the wall of light, which is shining. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, as this blinding, burning, fiery light is shining out from the god plate.
Would you say Constitution?
Yes, please.
Oh, natty 20, boys. Whoop.
Nice.
22.
So tell me how Ikrim absorbs this light from the god plate.
Ooh.
I feel like it wouldn't be very.
Just to give you a sense of what it's like, this blinding, fiery light was essentially about to burn away and blind you, in a sense. But think of it as extracting and doing away with all the heat, and then just being that incredible, massive glare of light.
I'd say it probably feels more like he's just kind of like you're taking a hit, I guess, but like you can feel like all the energy and power kind of drawing into you. It's drawing into me. It's not expelling.
On a natural 20, you can feel, and everyone sees, as the god plate, which is an obsidian black glass structure, as it begins to stop shining, and all that light is basically, one by one, just streams of light is siphoned out, just being pulled into Ikrim. Just that scratching at the back of your head becomes more like claws on chalkboard. Just
Right.
and
Have I got any more movement left?
you still have your haste action.
Okay, I'm going to use that to move towards the god plate.
Okay.
And as I'm doing that, I'm going to pull out the arrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all this in one turn. Pull out the arrow, turn towards him, spin it around so the head's kind of like pointing towards him, and then just strike it into the ground and basically just like bury it in there so it's staying, and then just put my hand on the god plate with my other hand.
Hand goes up onto it.
So it's basically like drive that into the ground, so it's kind of like I'm not going to use this on you, and then just with my other hand, just put it on the god plate as a suck it.
Your hand touches the cold obsidian glass of the god plate. But this is different from the last 2 times. Twice it's been warmed to the touch, yet your druidic essence and angelic powers have all been drawn into the structure. You can feel it there, caged behind it in cold darkness. In that moment, you feel the appearing, like you are looking through a dark reflection. You begin to see this muted golden silhouette staring back at you. 6 massive curled horns that go up. 6 long whiskers that flare out. And a maw so large you just flew through it. Your breath escapes you from... The breath escapes from your body, like all of it, completely. What do? Do you take your hand away?
Like I'm suffocating.
Like, yeah. So basically, like, in that moment, the life of you has been taken. The entire breath, everything has just been drawn into that god plate. What do? Do you take your hand away?
Yeah, because I don't want... I want to prove the point that I can touch the god, like that I got to the god plate, but I don't want to show him that all I want is the god plate. If that makes sense. Like basically, I'm trying to say, yeah, I did what you asked me to do, but that's not what I am here for.
All right, make me a charisma saving throw to try break out.
Great. Like that?
On a 10.
I'm gonna luck die that one.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna help me at all. 14. Probably not. Oh shit.
Your hit point maximum is reduced by 66.
Fair. Yeah,
As
calculator out.
Try to take your hand away unsuccessfully.
Does he see that I try to remove it, or does he just kind of just see that my hand is on it?
He just sees that your hand is on it. For Tantha's turn,
Okay.
he looks at you in hate and malice, just, how dare you! And he comes back over, reeling down, trying to squish you with a claw. What would you like to do? You do have a reaction.
Yeah, I might use my reaction actually, because I don't really use it that much.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if he's... I don't think it's going to work, but... I feel like a web is not going to work against a dragon, but, you know,
We'll
can
find out.
try.
Maybe it's the perfect weapon because they never expect it.
He did not expect the web to be thrown at him on a 14. So his attack does have disadvantage on you.
Yeah, but I feel like we established that even on a natural 1, he still hits.
Yeah, he's still going to
So,
hit me.
like,
As you take 14 slashing damage, I'm going to say basically it tears the angelic form out of you as your wings
Oh, shit.
basically just shatter in light. Even curled up in webs. He's quite constricted at the moment, so trying to get his other claw over is just him panicking and in a rage. But he sees that your hand is like hovering over the god plate currently. Rights above you will not rise again and stain the breast of golden kine, as he breathes fire up into the air at the end of that breath in a rage. The rest of you see the other dragons kind of begin to take form, kind of scared but at the same time worried and concerned about what's going to happen here.
So he doesn't acknowledge the fact that I I'd got rid of the arrow and...
No, he's just dead.
What a jerk.
Well, at this current time, he believes he can see something else happening.
Right, okay.
Like, I would ask you to make an insight check, but currently you have the life being drained out of you at the moment.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You begin to feel this warmth then beginning to reach out from the silhouette of this six-horned, six-whiskered, golden form. You see finally suns that take place of burning eyes behind it in this darkness. Previous
Someone's having a good laugh.
Someone is having a good laugh. Probably laughing at you. Anyway, this beacon of this burning fury and light on this obsidian dark glass is reaching out for you. The warm golden fire of Rysarath you can feel begin to quickly travel up your arm, reaching your elbow. What do you do?
Just wait, so say that again, sorry.
So, from this dark obsidian glass, the warm golden fire of Rysarath begins to quickly burn up your arm to your elbow, and it's traveling quite quickly. What do you do?
Okay, this might be a stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to cast Wrath of Nature around me. And using the roots and vines, it says restrain a creature. I'm wondering if it can grab my arm instead and kind of pull it away.
Okay, alright. So, with your Wrath of Nature, make me a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Oh.
At that moment, you do hear, as you're beginning to cast and draw on this last bit of magic, very nice, we'll get to that, you do hear, in time, I knew my return was inevitable. To save this world, one must scorch a barren earth. And with your wisdom save, tell me how your Wrath of Nature takes away from... Tell me what happens with this Wrath of Nature.
Well, my logic was...
Give me your lowdown. Give me your story.
Yet again, me trying to show that I'm more of a natured, spirited person character rather than the dragon shit being that I used to be. I'm basically trying to use nature in order to rip that away from me. So basically what I pictured was just a bunch of vines just across, just start pulling, almost zombieing out of the ground, and then kind of launching at my arm and just basically just pulling and just retracting and trying to pull it away. So it's basically I guess it's like nature versus I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Nature versus gods.
Yeah, no, nature versus the divine.
Yeah.
Alright, so as these vines zombie out of the ground, bursting up, flying towards your arm, wrapping around it, they also begin to wrap and hold around the god plate, circling it around, encapsulating it as this burning golden fire begins to blaze out of it. You see Brotantha is just taken aback, just like, what have you done? And as you pull your arm away, encapsulated and connected to this entire earth mote that's floating in the air. What do you, Ikrim, capturing the last intangible essence of Rysarath in the god plate, want to do with it?
Wait, so Of course. So basically, I've captured the essence of Ryseroth somehow.
Yes. He was trying to take. You get the feeling that he was trying to take over you to return his soul to his vessel.
To be honest, nothing. Like, because that's not what I'm trying to be. So I basically pull my hand away, and that's
With that as the vines, shrubberies, grass, nature just encapsulates this god plate and spreads across the Earthmote's cliff wall over to the now burning, destroyed dragon skull, and eventually putting the flames out, sealing the last part of Rasarath forever. Ikrim, you turn around to see Protantha just glaring at you, landing onto the moat in disbelief. You standing there next to an encapsulated god plate and the arrow of faith.
I'm going to say I did what you asked. I'm going to leave the arrow here as a gift. Now, just give us what we want.
In an instant, he just directly shifts into a dwarf, a golden-skinned dwarf, and looks up at you. Ikrim Walker. He kneels. You have my allegiance. Ryseroth is no more.
Oh, shit.
I don't really know what to do. I'm just going to bow, just be like, thank you.
His fires are extinguished, and his light has been passed on. We shall join the rest of the world in the fight against the cult of the dragon and end this tyranny of Tiamat. And with that,
That sounds perfect.
y'all get a level.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
son.
shit! Congrats, Ikrim.
Yeah. And even
Like
more.
lean past him, just be like, yeah, boys.
And even more, we'll go into a little bit more about this in the next session. But just so you'll know, you have a total of, at the current time, hold on, let's get some minutes going. You have a total of 6 ancient dragons that you can distribute to wherever you see fit to protect, guard, and secure a 100-mile radius area.
Holy fuck. How big's 100 miles on this? It's pretty solid.
That's sick.
Yep, so Frantifa was...
Oh, 100-mile radius. Jesus.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Nice.
With a burning success, congratulations and welcome to level, 16?
16.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
wow.
Good shit,
That wasn't
everyone.
stressful at
Oh,
all.
that's a
You did good, Ikrim.
well done, Ikram.
Very well done. And
Sorry for getting you in that situation, but it's better than next time.
That was good. That was kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
it worked out well.
Yep.
thus concludes Ryseroth.
Hey.
Hey.
Ikrim.
What?
Now I'm just a shitty druid.
No, just regular Ikrim. Not even no Angel Crim, just Ikrim.
Well, we will go into it more next session, but you do retain your angelic powers.
Just not the dragon stuff.
Just not the dragon stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But you do keep your wild. You do get your wild shapes back.
Yeah, good.
Nah, you're a druid without wild shapes now. Good luck.
God. You're just a dude.
You're just a dude who eats
You're just a
Dude
dude.
dude. Crim.
Oh, Calamity, you know they will. There. Eventually, there's going to be giants first, kaiju first, dragons first,
Everything.
shark monstrosity creatures.
Sharknado.
Sharknadoes. That's Casmia's
Ikrim's
next.
nice level spell.
Oh, please, can we?
Summons a swarm of sharks. Tornado.
So,
If you feel like having a good time, you just polymorph yourself into the Sharknado.
But I mean,
Who needs a
Level up.
roller coaster? You just make
level
one
up,
yourself.
guys.
yeah, level up.
Oh shit.
As we will continue next session with our story as our party decides to, through the offering of Antis, to bring the war criminal of the Draco Rage Mithril to justice.
I'm dad. Kinda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Don't worry, I rolled a 2 as well.
So what level are you all now? Like level
16.
16. So it's
Wow,
just
my
ability
health
score.
just went up to 56 health.
Get a wait, 56.
Woo.
Oh, because it got reduced.
Okay,
Right.
don't worry. Just so you know, at the end of this session, your HP goes back. Reroll ones, Antis. Your HP goes back up to normal at 118.
Oh,
Plus
thanks.
whatever.
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
Plus
Yeah.
reroll.
That's okay.
Yeah. Everyone should get ability score improvements, right?
I think everyone will be on the same thing.
Nice.
So you get a feat or an ability score improvement.
Man, I just got me con up to 20.
Nice.
So you gain, like,
186 hit points now.
9th level spells are just after the next level.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fam, we are truly in the end game here.
Oh, yeah.
We
About
are.
to take on Thanos.
Just around the corner.
Tiamat is literally just around the corner.
She is.
First, we have to get through Thanos.
You'd think you'd be able to.
Wait, Thanos is before Tiamat? What the fuck? How many Infinity Stones has he
Wait.
got?
But if we let Thanos snap, then he might snap Tiamat away.
Maybe. 50-50 chance, right?
We got 50-50 chance.
Woo.
Like,
I like those
are
odds.
you gamblers?
Like, you know. But yeah.
I mean, knowing Ikrim's luck, he'll definitely die.
Look, it's all entirely
I'm surprised
possible.
I didn't die tonight.
Well, look, I thought you were going to
Came
as well.
close.
Again.
But still,
Another
you.
day, another Ikrim.
And you know
These
what?
are all just standing there watching me like, "Ugh."
We're just there with like a
Again.
stack of diamonds ready to revive you again.
And you did make your choices of what you wanted to do and what you wanted to achieve and what you wanted to be, and you did reject both Rysarath, and you rejected both Rysarath and the light. So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting set of choices to reject completely and be your own person.
Just
Well.
Ikrim being himself. I
Do you
like
know what
it.
I'm boring.
The difference is,
I like it.
if that was, Carl knows, if that was me, I probably would have taken one of those.
You'd be like, give me the power.
Juicy, yeah, the
Juicy power.
Give me.
See, Belvin's a human. Fucking humans.
Well, you-
Always after power.
Well, you
No,
see,
no.
it
Hey, I'm just doing
Prove
it.
me wrong, Belvin.
Hey, I'm taking this from like Darthus as my roots.
See,
My God,
it wasn't so much him taking, like, being like, yeah, Rysarath, I'll take the power. It was more the fact of him just turning away instead of being like, "Hey, look, Rysarav, I am conquering over you. You are not me anymore. This is not who I want to be. This is who we are now. This is who I am now."
Yeah.
Something cool would have happened then. But anyway,
Well, that's basically what I was doing.
we'll figure out next time. And
Well,
go
you said
from
that my soul was fading and stuff like that, and it's like, well, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I want to be Ikrim.
Yeah. I like what
I
he
don't
did.
want to be some crappy dragon. I'm sure he's not even that good.
No,
He's only
not.
big and gold and shiny.
Yeah.
He's
Has
not.
magical powers.
Exactly.
It's like basically a god.
Yeah, it's basically good. Anyway, with
But I
the
died from a couple of thieves.
with the assistance of the Metallic Dragon Council and Reese Vieties, because they are willing to work with also yourselves and Reese Vieties through this. The 6 dragons and their consorts can protect a large series of land. You'll just need to decide where you want to put them.
Yes, we do.
And now that will also affect the council and their members, depending on where you put them. So we'll figure that out next time on Dragon's Brew D&D. But until then, friends, foes, and familiars, remember, keep rolling 20s. Ice dice for life.
Nice.
19! Not bad!
Yeah, pretty full.
Alright, see you next time, friends. Goodbye!
Bye.